All the way from Athens, GA, I'm Colin Vereen. The Athens Twilight Criterium is coming up this weekend. It's a unique festival centered around an exciting road cycling race, and it's so much fun for the community, not just cycling enthusiasts. And as it goes with Athens, there's always plenty of great live music. I'd like to welcome Dixon, founder of the Twilight Criterium road cycling race, and Mary Sigalis of Jazz Athens, Georgia. Gene? You started the Twilight race in the early 80s, and at the time, did you think that it would persist for so long and become such a marquee event in the town?
I think we were pretty lucky in 1980 that the city of Athens just adopted bike racing. There's bike races all around the country, and there's bike races, but none that are nearly as exciting or as engaged as the community is here.
Quite a spectacle to have such a fast-paced race happening in such confined quarters in that little downtown area that we have with just throngs of people around it. What has changed since the first one?
3 parking decks, 20 bars, no department stores.
Progress.
And maybe the biggest change for this year, which is really we're really excited about, is the fact that Clayton Street is a totally new street, and we're going to be racing all day long with other classes of races. Well, for the last 3 years, we've been on Hancock and Washington, so we hadn't really been on Clayton because we thought construction was going to start each time. But the last time we did it on Clayton Street, there was, I think we counted 60-some flat tires from hitting potholes. So yes, that part of it will be totally different. It's going to make it a whole lot faster down that street, totally laid out differently with the wider sidewalks, and I think it'll be a really enjoyable day to be on Clayton Street. During the day, during all the other activities like we are having, we have an artist market, and we have an expo, and we have, some great sculpture, live sculpture going on that crowd can come contribute to. One of the new events we're doing is called the Steeplechase, which is a challenge event for members from churches on oversized trikes.
Just a little something entertaining for the crowd,
Yep.
Just to tie you a little more in with the Twilight and the community, were you born here or did you find yourself in Athens?
Well, I came to Athens when I was 19 to actually go to school.
Okay, like most people.
And I did go for a little while. I opened the bike shop in 1973 when I was 19, and it took off from the get-go, so sort of got sidetracked in going to school, and the bike race started in 1980, so that was something we just added on because I'd raced throughout high school. And so,
what are you doing these days?
This?
Twilight, of course.
Which turned into a business on its own, and we own 6,000 feet of crowd control fencing. We own a live streaming company. So we do bike races all around the country. I mean, from San Francisco to Philadelphia. We've done a race on Pennsylvania Avenue. I mean, all over the place.
That was Dixon, founder of the Athens Twilight Criterium race. And now I'd like to welcome Mary Sigalis of Jazz Athens, Georgia. So, Mary, briefly, what is Jazz Athens, Georgia?
We're an organization that is dedicated to enriching our city through our thriving jazz and global music communities and visiting artists as well.
Wonderful. So I've taken a look at the schedule. You have so much music planned for the weekend. Tell us a bit about what we have to look forward to and where we should be looking.
Friday night, of course, is our big Twilight Jazz night. At the VIP tent is in full force, put on by Tzatziki's. And we're going to see Wycliffe Gordon, a famous and amazing trombone player from Augusta, actually. He is our headliner. Then before him is Bichos Vivos, which the town is going crazy for. They're just really, really fun Brazilian music. And then before them, we have the Big Band Athens, which has been around with various names for a very, very long time, decades. So that is our Friday night at the main stage. This is on College Avenue and Washington.
Great. Well, I'll tell you, I'm so excited to have jazz featured as the music for Twilight this year. And Athens is so lucky to have people like you and Jean to help us have these wonderful, wonderful events.
Thank you.
All the way from Athens, GA, I'm Colin Vereen. Have fun and be safe at Twilight this weekend. And thanks for listening.